Good afternoon. My name is Cleo Tillman. I am doing this presentation for Graduation Alliance, and my presentation is on local charities and community response to crisis. I chose this topic because of the recent pandemic that we all went through and the crisis that we all face through weekly, daily, and monthly and yearly times. We're all in need, and sometimes we don't know where to go. So I felt this topic was a really, really great topic because during this time of need, I actually was doing a little bit of research on a little bit of help so that I can, you know, find a little help in our time of need. So that was my problem of practice. So my proposal is I think that um, this is relevant to everyone in the world because we all have a crisis. We all are in a time of need, and sometimes we don't know where to turn to for help. And I feel that my peers and others just sometimes know of what they hear of or how, or what they see on TV or the internet. So, with that being said, I used Wikipedia and Google as one of my main research options to search different kinds of local charities and what the community has in response in crisis. And I found that Wiki actually has everything that you need to know about most charities because most charities you can find them through 211 or through your local United Way or church or community center or things of that sort. Um, what I also found about most of these charities are that they are limited on funds. What I mean by being limited on funds are that they can only provide so much funding to the community for a crisis. Let's say just for the pandemic that's just happening, a lot of families needed help paying lights, gas, telephone, mortgage, rent, etc. Well, if you weren't first, it was basically first come, first served. So if you didn't get to them in time, then you basically were out or you had to search other options. Now, within researching other options, I found a few great options. One of the best options I found was the Cleveland Housing Network because they offer they're more of a local funded and a state funded and a federal funded program. So they have a lot more to offer and their waiting list isn't that long. Um my opinion on most of the charities that I've looked through is that they should offer better guidance through their website, better explanation as to what's going on, what they have to offer, and how you can go about getting funding through them. I think that it's a little hard for most people to guide through their website and kind of read everything in fine print because the only thing that most people see is, oh, okay, this is what we have to offer. This is what we'll do for you. And most people just click that link and go from there instead of reading the fine print. I think that they should make it a little more simpler and specific for people to read through. And I also think that they should get out and advertise a little more. Let the community know that if you guys, the more that if there's not a time of crisis right now and you guys have something to offer, you should give it because when there is a time of crisis, that gives us more access to things to give away, more funding, more if you need something for your home, they have more things of that sort. Um, Again, that was a suggestion and opinion. My opinion on them is I think again Cleveland Housing Network is probably the best one. Um, FEMA is really good. Um, Catholic Charities is another one that's okay. And then of course we know of the United Way 211, the Salvation Army. Basically, it's the same thing. Um, the value to my future and our future is when there's a crisis, we all know where to go. We all know what to expect. We all know where to get help at. And by my peers, myself, everyone around us, everyone in the world knowing where to get help at, if we would tell our younger siblings, or the future, to tell them, hey, this is how it works, this is how it happens, then when another crisis happens, there's when a pandemic happens, no one's scattering and scrambling to figure out how they're going to get their life back and how they're going to get their life back on track. I think the value to the future for this topic here is extremely important for our future, to know that there are other ways to get help than everything that's been going on. The value to my peers as of right now is we know how to get help. We know where to go. We know where to look. We know that we're not alone. We know, hey, okay, this just happened. I'm stuck in this time. Maybe I can go here. Maybe I can go there and get help. I think it's very important for our peers and our family to really look into things of this sort. So they say one of the best places to go is to family and friends, but you always have to pay them back, or there's always a hassle with it. Well, now you can say, hey, okay, maybe I don't have to use a family and friend. I can use this place. I can go here and get some help. And looking back on this whole process, I'm actually happy that I did this, because I did a Facebook survey, and a lot of people just knew of the he say, she say, the things, what they hear on the news or what they hear from other people. So now I'm able to give out knowledge. I'm able to share with people about the experience that I had and what I went through and what I found that will actually help us in the time of crisis, in the time of need. And, because what I've learned is when the crisis comes, the community usually looks just to the government to see what they're offering, what they have to give, instead of saying, okay, let me try to do this, let me try to do that, so I won't fall behind on this. Or when the government does offer, I can do what I really need to do. I think this process is very important. I think all of the topics were very important because they all combined into one. But I think this topic is very important because, again, I also learned that the Catholic Charities are not just for people that attend the Catholic Church or are just Catholic. I learned that they're here to help everyone. Most people honestly didn't know that, and it seems simple and plain, but most people didn't know that. Most people only thought United Way did certain things or only helped out in a certain crisis. Well, if they have the funding, they're willing to help you. Most people thought Cleveland Housing Network, you had to stay in the city of Cleveland alone, or you had to be in their program, or, things, et cetera, et cetera. Most people didn't know that you can just go into the Cleveland Housing Network, fill out an application and say, hey, I need help with this. And if it's available, they'll give it to you right then and there. If not, it'll be a week or two, but they'll get it popping for you. And also they'll say, hey, do you need help with this? Do you need help with that? Because we have funding available in this area right now. So maybe we can help you catch up. So it was a very important topic, and I really enjoyed doing this. And thank you for hearing me out.